Hello everyone, Ryan here. Paper Girls, Volume 1. It's another graphic novel I read during the month of July, and I was really surprised by this. It really blew me away. I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, other than I knew it was supposed to be about some paper girls, hence the title. Because it takes place sometime in the early hours after Halloween, during the year 1988, and it's these 4 12-year-old newspaper delivery girls, and they end up uncovering this really interesting story, I guess. They find out that, I guess, just that reality is a lot stranger than any of them could have ever guessed. And pretty much what happens, I guess I'm going to try to keep this spoiler free because, I don't want to ruin anything. But essentially they stumble upon, there's these beings that show up all of a sudden, and initially these girls, they think that they're just some older kids that, that are still hanging out because, it's Halloween, and but then they turn out to be not just your average teenagers, but rather they're these teenagers that are from some time in the future, some unknown or undisclosed point in the future. And for whatever reason, they've traveled back to 1988. It's not really thoroughly explained why they traveled back to that point, other than, there's some other thing going on where there's these other beings that are also showing up, and there's one guy where he shows up and he's riding on some kind of dinosaur or pterodactyl kind of thing, and he's and not only that, and he's talking in a weird manner. That's another thing too, both these teenagers that are from the future and then these other guys, whoever they are, they all have their own language. The only difference is that one is slightly more discernible than the other, but and I guess you could say it's kind of like something happens where something gets set in motion, and I guess it's supposed to be some kind of apocalypse-like event or something like that, end of days kind of thing, and a lot of people in this town start disappearing, and of course there's along with these 12-year-old girls, there's a couple, maybe only a handful of other people that are still left in the town or something like that. And so in addition to that, to them not knowing what that is all about, they're still trying to comprehend why these teenagers from the future have suddenly arrived. And it's very interesting. I didn't expect it. In a way, it kind of reminded me of the way it started. It reminded me of one of those classic horror movies from the 80s, kind of like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street or something like that. Because it has that tone to it. It has that vibe to it. I feel like, the writers of this, everyone involved in putting this together, they definitely got that whole 1980s feel down. I mean, they definitely hit the nail on the head with it. And I know that, this is published by Image Comics. Everyone involved in it, it's Brian K. Vaughan, Cliff Chiang, Matt Wilson, and Jared K. Fletcher. So, yeah, big thumbs up to you guys. You definitely did an awesome job with this. And the artwork, I actually like it. It's different from most graphic novels, but the artwork itself, too, also invokes a lot of that 1980s feel to it. So, this is, I mean, I don't know what else I could say about it without spoiling anything. Obviously, I give this 5 stars all the way. If I could, I'd give it like maybe 1.5 extra stars. It's just because, like, the way it ends, there's this huge cliffhanger ending, and just, I wasn't expecting it. I was like, because it's kind of like, I don't want to give it away. I wish I could talk about it, but if you read it and you know what I'm talking about. It's just really great. I'm definitely looking forward to reading Volume 2 and Volume 3. I just recently checked them out from my local library, so definitely looking forward to reading them. I don't know what else to say about it. It blew my mind. If you want to read something that's going to blow your mind, I highly recommend reading this. Just, you got to read it at least once. At least the first volume. You'll probably end up being hooked on it like me, so, yeah. That's it. That'll do it for this review. I don't know. It's awesome. It's awesome. Trust me, it's awesome. So that's it. Once again, I go with 5 stars. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. As always, next time, don't forget, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.